I'm the Happy Birder of thehappybirder.com, and I'm here with you today to show you a quick and easy way to make hummingbird food at home. This recipe is super simple and only has 2 ingredients. That's white sugar and water. Before we get into the video, I want to let you know that if you have any questions about hummingbird feeders, how to clean your hummingbird feeders, or which feeders are best to attract hummingbirds to your backyard, you can find information in the description bar below. I have lots of articles about bird watching and caring for birds in your backyard on my blog, thehappybirder.com. So if you have any more questions, send me a comment or check out my blog at thehappybirder.com. Let's start this recipe. So this recipe calls for 1 cup of sugar and 4 cups of water. And this recipe makes 32 ounces of hummingbird food, which will basically fill up this whole container. So depending on how many bird feeders you have, this will definitely be enough to last you for a while. Now, hummingbird food, when refrigerated, usually lasts about 2 weeks. You want to keep your hummingbird food refrigerated because the sugar can attract bacteria, can grow mold. So over time, your nectar will go bad, and you don't want to feed moldy nectar to your hummingbirds. So keep that in mind. So let's get started with this recipe. This recipe calls for 1 cup of white sugar. So I'm just going to fill up to the 1 cup line on my measuring cup. This one holds 2 cups, so I'll just go halfway. And you don't have to be super precise with this recipe, but hummingbirds do like this ratio, this 1-to-4 ratio of sugar to water. Some people also boil their water before adding the water to the sugar. If you want to do that, that's fine. It will help the sugar dissolve faster in the water, but it's not necessary. Boiling your water can help kill organisms, but it does not remove any chemical impurities. So as long as you're using clean water from your tap or from a water bottle that you've bought, it should be fine. Now we're going to measure 4 cups of water to add to our 1 cup of sugar. So that's 2 cups, and we might have to wait a little while for the sugar to dissolve. So we can swirl, put the cap on, and swirl our mixture to help it dissolve and free up some volume in the container. As you can see, this is a very concentrated solution. Hummingbirds are used to the nectar that is in flowers, which is very high in sucrose, and white sugar is basically pure sucrose. So hummingbirds love this. So now we'll add the last 2 cups of water. I think we have to swirl a little bit to dissolve the sugar at the bottom and free up some space at the top so we can add the last of our water. Oh, it's a little bit overflowing, so I'm just going to pour a little bit out so we can dissolve the rest. That might be at the bottom. And so over time, as the sugar dissolves into the water, the solution will become clear, and you can go ahead and feed it to your hummingbirds. So now I've waited for the rest of the nectar sugar solution to dissolve, and the sugar has dissolved in the water. So that means we are ready to put the nectar into our hummingbird feeder. Now I used the rest of my water, so to make pouring a little bit easier, I'm just going to add the nectar solution back to my cup measure. And I also just, excuse me, I also just rinsed and wiped the outside of this container because it was a little bit sugary. And as we know, sugar can attract ants and other critters. So I didn't want sugar tracking throughout my kitchen, so I just wiped that off. So now this is one of the bird feeders that I have. And the way this one works is you just screw off the top, and you can add your nectar right to the bottle. So I'm going to take some of my nectar and add it to my bottle feeder. I like to go about halfway up. And you also want to make sure that you are refilling, cleaning your nectar, your hummingbird feeder out regularly so that it doesn't get moldy or full of ants and other critters. So I'm just going to put the rest back. And you don't want to turn this upside down yet, because if you do, you know, it will spill everywhere. So you just want to take the bottom, the base of your hummingbird feeder, place it on top, and screw it on. Screw it on so that it's secure and the base is tight and it shouldn't leak. Then we can flip it over, and there you have it. Your hummingbird feeder filled with DIY hummingbird nectar. I hope you all enjoyed this video on how to make hummingbird nectar at home. If you have any more questions, please let me know in the comment section below. Are there any topics about birds or backyard birding that you have questions about? Let me know. If you have any other questions or you want to read some more articles about bird watching and birding in general, check out my blog in the description bar below. It's called thehappybirder.com. Thanks for watching, and happy birding!